Welcome to 433 and Beyond, a channel where we talk about places that we go, things that we do while we're there, and the ways that we collect things when we're on our way. So welcome to 433 and Beyond. I'm Andrew, and I'm here with my daughter,
Arwen.
What are we going to talk about today, Arwen?
We're going to wrap up talking about our trip to Shenandoah National Park.
So we want to talk about some ways of the things that we started to do in Shenandoah we've continued to do. Like birding and watercolors and some of those things. And then are we going to talk about your insert today, or is that going to be another video?
We can talk a little bit about it.
Okay, but it will also be another video, right?
Will also be another video.
Okay.
Shenandoah was about a month ago, just about. We went at the very end of April, and it's the beginning of June.
Yep.
It's a little over a month ago. I would say the thing that has stuck, the through line that has been the most consistent is birding since we were in Shenandoah. We've talked about it a lot. We've gone to do it.
Yeah. You've gone to do it.
Yeah,
You've gone
Ash
to
and
that.
I have.
You went to that place in Jersey, right?
We've done it at home.
Yeah.
Both of us.
So when you went to like a wildlife refuge or something with a camera. You got a camera.
I got a camera inspired by Shenandoah, a real camera, a Canon Rebel.
And you didn't have that when we were in Shenandoah.
Didn't have that in Shenandoah, but it was inspired by being in Shenandoah and having the binoculars and really enjoying them and thinking that having a camera would be a nice complement to that.
Right.
But we did bring the binoculars and the camera to the wildlife refuge, and we took turns each using one, Ash and I.
Yeah, the camera will be good for your upcoming trip to Alaska. That's next year.
Yeah.
So subscribe so you can keep up with our trips to Alaska.
Yeah.
Um,
So that was a big
yeah,
through
the
line.
camera's a big thing.
Also on our trip to Shenandoah, really on Ash and I's last trip to DC, he became more invested in doing the passport with us. But in Shenandoah, he started to think about what he would want to do, and that has carried on. We've planned little day trips that are stamp oriented.
So 2 questions. How does Ash think about collecting stamps? Is he a completist or is he a speed? Like, what's
He
his?
wants to just use the inserts. He's not
Yeah.
interested in the passport. He's interested in the inserts that I've made, which are featured most prominently in our DC video so far. But I did also make them for Shenandoah.
So the idea for an insert, and you can get them from the Etsy store that's linked in the show notes, is that when you have a passport, there are many, many stamps that don't have a place in the passport. And there's the inserts allow us to organize regionally or thematically a series of stamps. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's just making a lot of noise. That's my dog.
So like DC had a map of the mall and then a place for every stamp that you can get.
Yeah, to the best of my ability.
And that's really unique. Like the national passport doesn't have anything like that. You will routinely run into a case where you could get a stamp and there's no way to put it.
Especially in the collector's edition. I mean, in the classic, what you guys have,
Yeah.
there's not a spot labeled for every site, so there's more freedom there. But if you have the collector's edition,
Right. So you have 2 inserts done at the moment, one for DC and one for the Shenandoah battlefield.
I have a few done that I made for Shenandoah. I made in that Shenandoah video all of the like categories of stamps I had made an insert for. So Shenandoah battlefields, for the Maryland core sites, for the Virginia core sites. Fly.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to live with it.
The journey through hallowed ground. I made all of those inserts.
So the inserts is probably in 3 years. The inserts are what everyone's going to be talking about.
I've sold 2 officially now.
You sold
Someone
2?
bought one today.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
you're watching right now.
That's great. Did they buy the DC one?
That's the only one
That's
in
it.
Etsy right now.
Okay.
The Shenandoah ones will go up. If you want the Shenandoah one, leave a comment.
Yeah.
Soon I'll be making Delaware, inspired by Shenandoah and how many stamps we were able to get. Ash and I feel that we can get every stamp in Delaware in one day.
Every stamp in Delaware. Delaware's a tiny state.
It's not a big state, not a lot of stamps, but enough.
But it would still be a day, full day.
Full day. That's our plan. For 2 weeks from now, we're going to do that.
So we'll talk after that when
We'll
you've
talk
done
after
it.
that.
Yeah, that'll be good. So take your camera along.
I will. And my binoculars, because we have our nice new binoculars and they're so easy to carry around. That really has been a change. Since we were in Shenandoah, speaking of birding, we went on a Memorial Day family reunion trip to Earlsville, Maryland, and we spotted
Yes.
a bald eagle
Right, which,
with our binoculars.
yeah, now to us, that's a big deal. Apparently to every one of our cousins and extended family were like, oh yeah, we see them 10 a day.
They didn't say it like that.
But they kind of thought, yeah, it's just a bald eagle.
We were very excited, and I couldn't have done that without binoculars.
Yeah.
So you should always have your binoculars with you.
Are they less common here? I guess
I don't
there are
know.
bald eagles that nest down by the
Because we
Pittsburgh
live
River.
in cities, I think,
Yeah.
really is the...
That was exciting. So birding, the camera, the inserts. I'm finishing a jigsaw puzzle. I like to get jigsaw puzzles that have sort of interesting maps of or themes of the areas that we've just been to. So I got this really nice jigsaw puzzle of the Shenandoah Valley, and I'm maybe about halfway through it. Perhaps I'll take a picture of it and send it to you, and you can throw it in here. But on that jigsaw puzzle, there's little pictures of wildlife, including the indigo bunting. And if you've watched our videos, you'll know how important the indigo bunting is. And if you haven't watched our videos, you go watch the birding video.
Birding and the Shenandoah video, but really the birding video.
Yeah. What else? I've kept up with my watercolors.
Yeah, I think we started a couple of hobby things in Shenandoah that we've kept doing.
Yeah, we got a chance to really just immerse ourselves in those and kind of kickstart a commitment. Like I took my watercoloring kit with me. Last week I was in Towson, Maryland, Towson University, for a music course, conducting course. And I had my little watercolor sketch. And on a couple of days I had time to walk around the campus and do some little doodles. So it's just a really great way of not wasting time. I don't know, it's a great way of doing something creative.
Yeah. And you don't have to go to a national park to do it. It was nice to start there, but you don't have to
Yeah,
go so far afield.
like Towson University is a nice campus, and it's got a lot of modern buildings, like big glass buildings that are nice and impressive. They're quite hard to paint, I find, but it's a good challenge to be able to work with some light washes and some shadows and kind of get that effect.
But you could also just do it in your neighborhood. Like you do it here sometimes too.
I do quite often just walk out in the front of our house here, take a snapshot, and then draw my house. I've probably got 50 drawings of my house because I live here.
What do you have to say to me? Clacking around.
Clacking around here. What else? Oh, I'm writing some music. So I started a piece while we were in Shenandoah for string quartet. And it's going to be called Shenandoah Valley, April 2026, which is
On the nose.
on the nose. That's a titling convention I like, actually. You will notice that if you look at my pieces, they often are a place and a date. The subtitle is Opening, Fugue, and Prayer. So actually, what I started in Shenandoah was what I thought was just going to be a little academic exercise to try to work on some counterpoint in a fugue context. But I really liked what I was coming, so I've been working up on that little piece. I'm going to try to get I know a couple of quartets, string quartet groups that might be interested in playing it.
You can hear more about that on your other channel.
On my other channel, which is called Andrew D. Kaiser. It's my name. So
I think that was our Shenandoah trip. I think
yeah,
it was a good test of some things we had done before. It inspired some new ideas. For me, the biggest thing going into it was the insert. The
Yep.
biggest thing coming out of it was birding. What about you?
I think for me, the really recognizing that I enjoy watercolors was a big thing. Watercolors is something I've always wanted to do and never been able to because I don't have any hand-eye coordination for drawing.
That's the stove.
That's the key, yeah. But what I've learned with these online courses we're taking with Toby is you can do really nice little sketches with just some freedom in terms of the line and some careful application of color.
Yeah.